Hello, and welcome to episode 65 of Things I've Learned from Barry Harris. And today I thought we would talk about creating lines using minor. So we've done already major lines using major scale. We've done 2/5 lines using a dominant scale. And now I thought we would do minor lines because people have been asking about those, and those are really important. The key thing to these are Barry uses when he talks about minor. Now, by minor, I mean like songs that start or that are focused on going to the relative minor. So, and one of the things for relative, like, what's a song? Like If I Should Lose You or Yesterdays or just one of those things, all those songs start in minor. So when he thinks about those, he thinks of one of his scales, which is the minor 6 diminished scale. So we'll do it in G. So basically what a minor 6 diminished scale is it's a root, minor 3rd, 5th, major 6th is the minor 6. And it also has a diminished in it, which is the 2nd, the 4th, the flat 6th, and the major 7. So you put those two things together and you have the minor 6 diminished scale. So what I love about this scale is it has, well, first of all, it's an 8-note scale. It contains within it the harmonic minor and the melodic minor. So I like this scale the best because it has everything in it. It has both the harmonic and melodic minor. Not that I don't like those scales, but I like this one the best. Also, this is one of Barry's 4 scales of chords. And just to be clear, because I hear it sometimes like, oh, Barry Harris, oh, he's the 6 diminished. He's the 6 diminished guy. No. He's got 4 scales of chords primarily that he talks about, which is minor 6 diminished, major 6 diminished, which is the same as this except a major 3rd. Dominant 7 diminished, which is the same as this except it's a flat 7th, not a 6, not a major 6. And he's got dominant 7 flat 5, which is the same as this except it's got a flat 7th and a flat 5th. No 6th. But a flat 6. So he's not the major 6 diminished guy. No, that's only one little tiny thing of what he does. And that's not to mention everything that he talks about, single note lines, which is another whole thing. So, but let's talk about the scale for a second and what you have to know. You have to know the scale up and down, which I like because it's this 8-note scale, so you don't have to do it to the 7, you can do it right to the tonic. You have to know the scale in thirds. You have to know the scale in triads. You have to know the scale in chords, which is 4 notes. Now up and down for everything, so you have to do everything up and down, just so you know. So now this is primarily the scale that he refers to when he thinks of minor. So that's very important. You have to know that scale. You have to know that scale all over the instrument. You know, every place you can think of it. Every place. So, and all these things: thirds, triads, chords. The next thing you should know in minor that you help to create lines are the 5-4-3-2 moves. So 5-4-3-2, if you're new to the series, it's just when you land on the 5th, it triggers something to happen. So for minor, if you land on the 5th of G minor, one of the things you can do is go down and grab major 7, tonic, 4, 3. So 5 would be. 4 would be, when I get to 4, it's normally 2 chromatically to 3, but since I don't have a chromatic note between 2 and 3, I have to jump up and grab the 4 to hit the 3. So here's 4. Now here's 3, which would just be a triad up from the 5th, which is pretty. The next one is 2, which would be, and now major 7 chromatically up to 2nd. So here's 5, 4, here's all of them together. So you can use any one of those while you're playing to get that sound, you know, wherever you start from. That time I started from the 3. When I got to 5, I just did it. Let's see if I start. That's a nice phrase too. Let's see. Pretty phrase. Let's see. Really nice. So 5, 4, 3, 2 is important. Another important thing that you should know in your minor, along with everything else, is Barry's chromatic scale. Barry's chromatic scale is that in between, you play a total chromatic scale when you can, but in the notes where you don't have a half step in between, you use the next scale note higher. So for instance, in G minor 6 diminished, between G and A, there is a half step, so we use it. Between A and B flat, there is not a half step, so we have to jump up and grab the C. So now here's the first couple. Now, in between B flat and C, we don't need it, because it goes perfectly. In between C and D, we don't need it. So now we got this. So far, so good. Now here's where it gets a little sticky. Between 5 and flat 6, we don't have a half step, so we have to jump up to the next scale note. And the next scale note would be major 6. So that's a weird one. Same thing here. The flat 6, we don't have a half step between flat 6 and major 6, so we have to jump up to major 7. So now we have, now in between major 6 and major 7, we do have a half step. In between major 7 and tonic, we don't, so we have to jump up to 2. So if I do this scale very slowly, and I have to do it slowly because I don't really know it, it would be this. Beautiful scale. And you also have to do it down the same way, so. Now let's see. That's it. Pretty scale. I like to do maybe, let's see. Let's see. That's nice. So we'll do tonic to third. We'll do a, just the third up, and when we get to the third up, we'll come down a chord. So 1, 2. Nice phrase. 1, 2. That's nice. So I just did the 5 chromatic down to 3, which is pretty. So you just try to throw those in. So let's see. That was, I went up a triad. And then I came down a chord. It's got a very pretty minor sound. I really love it. Beautiful. So all these little things that we've been working on for major and for dominant, you try to use them for this minor. And this minor 6 diminished is really a special scale. Same as his major 6 diminished, same as his dominant diminished, same as his dominant 7/5/5 diminished. Really all beautiful scales that we use. But this minor sound, this particular minor sound, he really likes it. I know he plays harmonic minor too sometimes. And I think I have an episode where I did the rules for the harmonic minor. You know, you make up some rules for the harmonic minor, but these are really beautiful. So in this episode, we just discovered the minor 6 diminished scale playing up and down, thirds, triads, chords. Then we worked on 5, 4, 3, 2 in minor. Then we worked on Barry's chromatic scale using the minor 6 diminished. So all of those things together, I mean, I know for me, I have to practice the minor 6 diminished scale with those chromatics because I don't have that together yet. But anyway, until next time, enjoy practicing lines from your minor 6 diminished. Thanks.